Welcome to Consumer Update. I'm Kelly Lightbourne. Thanks so much for joining us today. Well, if you love leather furniture and are looking to spruce up your home or office, then you really need to check out what the Florida Leather Gallery has to offer. From innovative designs with European flair to more traditional or contemporary styles, they've got it all. And here to tell us more is Amy Archer, Florida Leather Gallery's Director of Sales, Merchandising, and Marketing. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
My favorite thing to talk about, furniture.
Here to help.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about, I guess, the new leather trends. Let's just dig right in. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go
All
style.
Right. I think one of the coolest things coming up is that the leather is so sophisticated today. So it's supple. It's kind of like, the great thing about it, Kelly, is it wears in, not out. So imagine this. You buy yourself a great handbag, and it's leather, and you kind of love it in the beginning, and a year later, you think it's even more awesome. So the great thing about leather furniture is that people are just becoming more inspired by how it looks in years. So it's one of the few things that in your home that ages beautifully, and and it's becoming more and more successful in the homes.
Well, I love the whole wear-in kind of concept because it was kind of like an unspoken thing. Like, people love their older leather couches.
Absolutely.
I mean, they do.
Absolutely. And it's still being really modern. So we're finding that anything trending right now is in a gray family. I'm sure you've seen this. And it's funny, I just read an article and they said if you ask 1,000 people their favorite color, maybe one will say gray is their favorite color. But if you go to our industry, gray is dominating.
Really?
So it is amazing how it's become kind of the new neutral. I think it's because you can pop it with anything. So if you're loving the aquas, like the Pantone color right now is this kind of rose quartz or shell pink. That looks awesome with gray. I've done it with this grassy green with marigold. So it's becoming this really chameleon that's a beautiful, inspired color to work with.
No, what's great, I just want to go into gray because I'm actually painting my house gray.
Way to go, girl. Yeah, way to go.
Right, it's a very clean color. So you bring in, now would you go like darker grays, or how do you, I mean, what
Yeah, I think it's,
trend?
you know, there's that belief system that it's moody, and there's a belief system that it's uber sophisticated. I think the answer is yes to both.
Right.
So when I paint a room, I try to kind of watch my hue and make it kind of something, I go very dark to the wall, I go really light for my leather. And if I kind of vice versa. So, and if the walls are softer, then I bring more hue in to the other pieces, so a little darker to the leather.
Somebody that's like a novice like I am with decorating, you know, you think you know it all, but we can come in and kind of, like, I guess, bring palettes in and you guys can help us. What's that process? Because that's important to me, because I feel like I'm blind when I go into this.
Well, one of the things that I really am so proud of for Florida Leather Gallery is that we have this, everyone there speaks fluent leather. Yay. They are unbelievable pros. So it's not just that we'll find the right couch for you, the right piece for you. They'll also really get into your life and figure out how you want to live, what's most important to you. Is it the suppleness of the hand? You know, hand's just a fancy word for how soft does it feel.
Right.
Or is it that you want it to never yell no in the house and you want it indestructible? Whatever it is, do you want to have it have a European influence but have these really state-of-the-art mechanisms, like is reclining important to you, is watching TV in the ultimate position. So there's just all new things today that if you went in with a wish list and said, God, if I could create the perfect leather something, we have Lexperts. Yep, we're proud of it. We have Lexperts, and they will walk you through the steps to get you to the right piece.
Now let's go back to, let's kind of compare fabric to leather. Like, what are the benefits of having a leather couch versus a fabric couch? I mean, because I know people are starting to go that way because the indestructibility with kids, that's huge.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. It's about a 5-to-1 ratio, so it's actually pretty high. So for every 5 sofas that sell, one's in leather. And if it comes into, they call it motion, so if the sofa does tricks, you know, I was talking about, it moves, it reclines, then it's almost for every 2, 1 is in leather. So if you imagine that leather is really, it's a tremendous cover, if you will, if we could call it that.
Yeah.
But what I would say is the reason it's dominating is a lot of the reasons you said, which is you don't want to yell no. You know, you want people to come in. You could get a white sofa and literally hand them a glass of red wine and walk away. So, I mean, that's
right,
a huge thing.
That's huge.
It takes that kind of Xanaxed moment out of your life.
I love it.
And the other thing I was saying is it wears in and not out. So it's got these just ingredients that surpass they're kind of those unspoken fears you have that I think just get absolutely alleviated.
No, that's great. Now, as far as making a cozy living space, are there some tricks?
I think there
that?
absolutely are.
Yeah,
I really think there
that.
are because I know from me when I get into the kind of the leather mentality, I have the fear zone that it would be this really stark leather with a lot of chrome and glass and it just has that kind of not me vibe. So one of the things we really look at is taking leather and one thing you just walked into it, sister.
There you go.
One thing was you paint your walls and gray has become kind of the new chameleon. So if you have even surprising things like a butterscotch sofa looks great with a gray wall. Anything with kind of like that, that luggage Louis Vuitton kind of gorgeous with a little bit great with gray. So a lot of colors are grounding out with gray.
Right.
Obviously the whites and all that, the taupes. So one is to paint your walls something with a little bit of warmth. And the other thing is if you wanted to have a more modern look, glass it up. But if you wanted to have something that just feels cozy, if you really want that that shoes off kind of, that whole retreat thing, then I love wood with it. The more organic, the better.
So with all this leather talk, where can we actually come and see and touch it and feel it? Because I think that's the key, is really coming and seeing it.
Yes. We have 6 stores, and they go between Clearwater and Naples. So they're really just this West Coast. And the cool thing about that is when you have 6 stores, we have been able to, and we're really grateful for this, is we've been able to really impact the way we buy. And why that's important, Kelly, and I know it might sound kind of weird, is why it's important is that we bring it halfway around the world. So we're bringing in so much product right now that we really have been able to cut the lead time down, and we are able to offer the absolute best price. So
that's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
so
we benefit from you guys having all the stores. That's
and
fabulous.
we're guaranteeing it. So we're proud of it. I'll be honest, we're proud of it.
And you should be.
Thank you.
And you should be. So I guess the next thing is for everybody to come down and actually touch it, feel it, and
have an expert take you through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. A lot of great information on today.
Cal.
So thanks again. When it comes to retirement, far too many people find themselves without having properly planned or prepared. When we come back, we'll talk to a father-son team whose goal is to make sure that doesn't happen.